Welcome back, everybody. We're having way too much fun in the kitchen. You know why? Because Guy Fieri is here.
Yeah.
And he is making a stuffed acorn squash, a recipe from your new cookbook, Guy Fieri. Family food.
The way you roll that. Fieri.
That's because I'm Greek.
Yes. That you got it then.
Fieri.
So you come from those last names that nobody can ever pronounce.
No,
correctly.
they always come to me. They're like, Debbie, you'll say
How do you exactly
say your
this?
last name the way it's supposed to be said?
Matenopoulos.
That's just how I was going to say it.
Exactly.
I was just going to say how
Debbie
much.
Matenopoulos and Guy
Every time.
Fieri. And we are hosting a show that goes across Italy and Greece.
Yes.
Meanwhile, today you're making this acorn squash we're very
Right.
excited about from your new cookbook. I'd like to take a look inside of that.
You want to go
fabulous cookbook.
get right into it right off the bat?
Let's look straight into the cookbook real quick. What is that we're looking
So
at?
that's the mac and
heaven.
cheese
That
burger.
is heaven.
So
Sorry.
it's
what it looks like.
probably one of the key items I make. It's in all my restaurants, and I gave the recipe up to everybody because they've been asking for it forever.
Wow. Okay, good. And this looks
Spaghetti squash. Now, I don't know if you're a spaghetti squash fan, but that with some roasted kale is the bomb. Little Parmesan cheese on top of that. As a salad, as a center of plate, you name it, you'll love it. And then here, well, I actually drew on the artwork, and then they put it in all the books. That's the 4-year-old in me. But that's what we're going to do is we're going to take the acorn squash, which is one of my favorites of the squash family, and stuff it with some extra turkey that we have left over, which I hate the word leftover, but just so people understand.
Repurposed.
Yes. But what happens? Let's start. I'm going to jump right into this. First, we're going to start off with some onions and some peppers.
Okay.
And the idea is, how do we take something like turkey? We haven't branded it as one specific ethnicity. Like it's not a heavy ginger flavor, a heavy spice flavor. And how can we take that and repurpose it into meals throughout the rest of the week?
Well, you have a chapter in the book that's all about repurposing.
Exactly. So here we have, so you take this turkey, and I did save a little bit of the bacon with it as well, but we'll drop this turkey right in, and I'm going to tell you something. When you wrap bacon around turkey, what you're doing is just moisturizing the turkey, adding the flavor as it goes. Just check it and just make sure it's, I want to make sure you are having just one piece, not...
You said something that I don't understand.
Yes.
You said, I saved the bacon.
Yes.
That's great restraint.
There's no bacon that's ever
I don't know
left
how
over.
you would
Go
do
ahead,
that.
and there's a little snack bowl for you right there.
How do you consider...
What ends up happening is when you wrap that bacon around there and it cooks, I want you to just think about the basting that you typically do with a baster when you're hitting with the fat. This is doing it for you the entire time.
It infuses all that fat right back into
outrageous.
the turkey. Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay, so onions and peppers, a little bit of the bacon, a bunch of the turkey breast. Now, I also did one with a thigh over here because you should really, I believe, cook the thighs and the breast separately. These take a little bit longer.
Okay.
If people have that question all the time, I got one part that's cooked, one part that's not.
True.
Separate them, cook them separate timing. Might not look like the iconic turkey at the table, but it sure will taste great.
It's going to taste better. So you wrote this book. You say it's based on your experiences cooking with your family. Explain.
Well, you know what? Whenever I can get my kids to stop playing sports or doing all the things they're doing, we have one called All Hands on Deck, where I'll say, hey, we're going to make tamales. Okay, everybody loves tamales, but it's a process. So everybody gets a job, and we get together, and we work, and we make it. Or we're making kebabs. Okay. Any of these types of events, when you can cook with your kids and cook with your family, they're there. That's my little guy, Ryder. My son, Hunter. They're in constant battle. My wife, Lori. That is a real picture. Now, listen, I'm dusting this.
Dusting or
That's Father of the Year right there. That's Father of the Year.
Speaking of Father of the Year, your dad's a pretty big fan of yours, wrote the foreword to your book, and you say he is your culinary inspiration.
My dad, growing up, was the guy. We didn't have traditions in the Fieri family. We just had what my dad made, and it was always something crazy and unique. Leg of lamb, but with the hoof on. Oh no, trust me. So we go through this whole relationship with him and food, and he was the one that always told me take chances and have a backup and know what you're doing and be ready to improvise, and that's the way I learned to cook from him. Both my parents are great cooks, and I was eating sushi at the age of 7. Yeah, 7, 8 years old. Okay, let me tell you what I've got here.
There's a Brussels sprout.
I'm going fast. I'm cooking, trying to get things. I got a project to do, and it's stuffing acorn squash, folks. So, onions, peppers, garlic, the turkey, the extra turkey that we had, and some of the bacon. Then in some farro. I love farro. If I make farro, I always make extra, so I have some.
You guys bring in the food.
Okay.
It's starting to smell too good.
What is farro?
Farro is one of the oldest grains known to man.
Right.
It is a fantastic grain. It's kind of like a wheat berry, so you'll taste it in there. So we've got the farro in there, and then I also had some Brussels sprouts made extra. If you're into the process of cleaning those Brussels sprouts and cooking them, you might as well go to the next step. Now, a little bit of cranberry.
Cranberry.
Well, think about it kind of in a stuffing energy.
Everything that's holiday.
Little Parmesan cheese.
Oh my goodness.
We'll get in some fresh herbs and a little chili, just a little chili flake, okay?
So yummy.
Just a little chili flake in there. Always got to have fresh herbs. You want that really bright, fresh note of that. Some parsley and a touch of some salt and pepper. You want to grab that acorn squash for me there?
Sure. So you say the red pepper aioli is the key here?
Listen, you got to have all the keys. You got to have the acid. You got to have the spice. You got to have the salt. Now we bring this over.
Oh my gosh.
And here's the beauty of it. If you have leftover stuffing, the great thing is what a salad this will make. This over the top of some baby arugula. Okay.
Ooh, look at that cheese.
Little Parmesan
And
cheese.
you know what? I have to point out that the fact that you're using Brussels sprouts, and you talked about the acorn squash and the Brussels sprouts. I just last week did a segment on Brussels sprouts and said if you make them right, you will love them. People just have never made them right.
Absolutely.
Sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. Now here's the thing. We'll take this, pop it in the oven, really let it come together. All that flavor coming out. There we go.
How long
that
do you
drum
put it
roll.
in the oven?
Oh, yeah.
We've already roasted the acorn squash. Thank you. I'll be here for the rest of the show. We roasted the acorn squash ahead of time, and that's one of the tricks that I like to show people. Cut it open, seed it. Go ahead and throw a little sauce on this.
On top?
Do you call that the kitchen
aioli?
sink? The squash, the kitchen.
It almost has that kitchen.
Meaning
sink.
what?
The beauty of it is whatever you have that you have more of. Again, not wanting to use the word leftover. Whatever you have more of,
right?
Take it, think about it, and if we haven't already put the sauce on it, like a lot of times when we're doing chicken cutlets, if I'm grilling them, I won't go hit them with the teriyaki sauce because who knows, tomorrow we want to take that and turn it into a like a curry salad to go on a sandwich.
Oh, then. Yeah.
So don't sauce it already. Don't marinate it a specific way. Give it a little bit more of an open envelope, and then you'll have more to play with.
Get in there,
Tell me
guys.
what you think. Tell me
Get
what
in
you
there.
think.
Let's go.
Guys, by the way, this is delicious.